earlier we were talking about the Cuban state trolls.
Right.
And I think that to some degree that's a sign that you're doing something right? That the enemies of freedom would be so interested as to send their internet minions. But also talk a bit about the non-state actors in Cuba, right? Whether it's dissidents or just everyday people who may have come into your content or maybe communicated with you guys. I don't know if at some point, maybe somebody sent you a picture or a video or whatever. I think that maybe is the more interesting arc, right, of how advances in technology have changed things.
Yeah, that's one thing I've sort of done, have made an effort to do more of, and that is to get information directly from Cuba translated into English and onto the website. And in that sense, I've been able to, and mainly through social media, been able to connect with dissidents that are on the island, and get their information and translate it into English and post. As a matter of fact, yesterday I had a post of a mother with 3 children that got evicted in Havana from where she was living with her 3 kids, and they videotaped, or with a camera phone or whatever, they took the video of state security like knocking down the door and grabbing her and the kids screaming. That was unheard of 5-10 years ago, that you would be able to get, we got them 5 years ago. They were very few and far between. As a matter of fact, I think you and I, we had a discussion about that on how to help, we were talking about ideas on how to help that. But that was unheard of back then. And now those videos are getting out, and you see what happened in the protests on July 11th, when that protest started and all that information was getting out of the island. The second thing the Cuban regime did, first thing they did was send out the troops and the Black Berets and the state security thugs and all that. The second thing they did was bring down the internet.
Right.
And they knocked down the internet basically on almost the entire island.
Yeah.
The only places left with internet were government facilities and a couple of hotels.
Yeah.
And that's how dissidents were able to still keep getting, because they would get close to a hotel, be able to get a Wi-Fi, and be able to get the information out, or have a tourist do it for them.
Yeah, and I remember that it was also in that sort of rolling outage kind of way, which is, from the perspective of the dictatorship, an intelligent way to handle it, right? Because you can always say like, oh no, we just had an outage and it lasted a day, and you had internet from like
they rolled
odd hours, and
as more, they were monitoring. They were sitting there and watching what was going on, and they were monitoring. And as the protest spread into new cities, when it would spread to a new city, they would cut the internet off in that city. And we have to remember, it was the Chinese is the ones who set up the whole telecom system,
right,
for Cuba. So that's all set up the way it's set up in China.
Yeah.
Highly monitored, censored, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, so designed with that in mind.
Designed with the ability to be able to shut it off in certain places and then say, oh, what are you talking about? Look, the internet's on. You see? Yeah, but you can shut it off, in a specific neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, and that's the other thing. You don't really have, hardwired, cable modems or DSL or any of, or let alone fiber optic. You don't really have lines of internet coming into homes. 99% of the, I'm making that number up, but I'm assuming 99% of the internet in Cuba is via 3G.
Yeah.
Mobile, because they don't have the infrastructure to do it otherwise. So that makes it a lot easier. If you can shut off specific towers, shut off data on specific towers, you can isolate specific neighborhoods.
Right.